I'm bringing booty back.
Go ahead and tell them haters that I'm under the bass, no trouble.
No trouble.
I like whenever that song hit the radio, I'll never forget this woman. I won't reference exactly who she is, but she's so Hallmark. She showed me this song and she was like, I just love it. It just gives me all this confidence. And I was like, okay, Meghan Trainor doing it for the plus size baddies. And look what she did. Ozempic.
Oh, a whole 180.
She really turned her back on us.
She said bye. Oh,
she did.
I'm gonna drop a banger for the community, and then I'm gonna dip.
Literally, she said, "Let me represent and make my dollar, and then dip." Not like chips and dip, though, you fatties.
Not chips and dip, fatties. Barf. Also,
yeah.
Welcome back, hotties.
Welcome back.
This is what, episode 8?
Oh my god, episode 8. Happy 8th anniversary.
Happy 8th anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, stop. You're gonna make me cry.
I'm already crying. What are you talking about?
OMG, why am I crying in the club? Do you remember that was like the thing everyone said?
Yes.
I don't know where we started saying it from, but it everyone was like, you got me crying in the club right now. You know what has me crying in the club? Bills.
You know what has me crying in the club? Economy. The economy.
You know what has me crying in the club right now? My paycheck. You know, that kind of makes me sad.
Same.
Paying the cover I had to pay to get into this club. I don't like that.
Exactly. Why are cover charges so expensive now?
It's so stupid. Like, and I don't even really go out like that anymore. I think the last time I was out, like, a cover charge to get into this one place we were trying to go to was, like, $10 or something like that. And I was like, that is crazy. Like, I'm literally about to pay for drinks, too.
Literally. I think the last time I went somewhere, it was $10. And I know I went to Atlanta, and they were talking about how there was one that was like $20 cover charge. I said, who's in there? The Queen? Is Elizabeth in there? Did she rise from the dead?
Is Elizabeth in there? She didn't text us back to let us know she arose.
Is she going to validate my parking?
Is she gonna... With her, did we get like the elder discount?
Guys, do we get the disability discount? Because she's dead.
Right, she's dead. She's dead, and it's really not her fault.
It's not, guys. Stop.
It's not. Stop. Quit outcasting her. She already hears everything we say about her.
Literally.
In the news.
Y'all, it's not fair. It's not fair. She wants to shake it, too.
But, okay. But, like, speaking of Elizabeth, you know, I have been doing some thinking. I'm going to run for president.
Okay, iconic. Because I want to run for president.
That would be amazing. So, can we do that thing that happens in high school where, like, if one of us gets it and the other one doesn't, we're just automatically vice?
No, I think what we should do is we should be America's first co-presidents.
Oh, I love it. Yes. Eat it up. Eat it up.
Because we gonna eat that.
Yeah, eat 8 What do you mean?
Okay, so what would
you know what? That's our slogan. Eat 8
Eat 8 And then also keep America hot. Make America hot again.
Yes, we're gonna glitter glue this shit back together.
As we should.
Yes.
Okay.
As we should.
What would your president speech be? Your campaign speech.
My campaign speech. Okay. I think it would go, my fellow hotties, Today, I stand before you, not just as a candidate, but as a lifestyle.
Oh, yes.
I'm not just here to beg for votes, because, I mean, sidebar between you and I would never.
Period.
The votes are already mine. Okay, I'm here to declare a movement of confidence, contour, and completely irrational standards. Under my leadership, we will build a world where iced coffee is free, red flags are color-coded for clarity,
Snapping.
and the, quote, WYD text after midnight are punishable by social media.
Period.
We're gonna cancel you. Social exile, if you will. You deserve more than the bare minimum. You deserve main character lighting in every room you walk into.
Yes.
Yes. We will invest in the things that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional intelligence. Not me going George W. Bush right now. Emotional intelligence. Playlist curation. And the right to block someone without guilt. We will rewrite the Constitution starting with, we hold these truths to be self-evident. That hotness is a mindset. Leggings are pants. And healing doesn't mean you can't be a little petty. And I didn't do it like this. I'd say, to my haters, thank you for the views. To my exes, I forgive you, but I haven't forgotten that outfit you wore on our third date.
Oh, period.
Period, and didn't. And to the future, we're coming for you. In a matching set, walking confidently, and smelling like a candle called expensive and unavailable. Vote hottie. Vote for confidence. Vote for chaos. But make it organized.
100%, yes.
Because I'm not just running for president. I am the campaign. Thank you. And stay hot. Always. And I think that I would deliver that in front of the Washington Monument. To a sea of hot people.
Yes.
That obviously include every member of the LGBTQIA plus community.
Yeah, LGBTQIABLTABC.
Exactly. The whole alphabet will be present.
Hallelujah.
It's going to be crazy.
Ella.
I mean, did my speech make you, feel something?
It did. I was moved. I was moved to tears.
I'm about to say, I saw that little tear in your eye, even though we're over the phone. I saw that little tear.
Hey, I'm wet.
You ain't getting past me.
Hey, I'm wet.
Hey, I'm a little wet now.
Okay, so you said you were going to give your speech where?
Oh, on the steps of the Washington Monument.
Okay, so I will be on the Lincoln Monument.
Oh, okay, setting.
Give
that.
my speech 2 days after yours. Because obviously we're not going to be vice president, president type deal. We're going to be America's first co-president. So, obviously we have to both push.
I feel like it's like a left brain, right brain situation.
It was like when I can't do a meeting and I'm like, I can't really talk about war today. You jump in and you're like, I can.
I've had enough violence for the week. Abby's going to take this round. And I'll be like, I'm in charge for the next 2 weeks.
I'm like, guys, I have a bar mitzvah to go to. I can't. Hey, I know no Jewish people. If you're Jewish, hit me up. I need Jewish friends.
I need Jewish friends.
I wanna go to a bar mitzvah. I really do.
Yeah. And to that I say mazel tov.
And that I say shalom.
Shalom.
And that I say salami.
Salami. How delicious.
Okay, so my
Whenever I'm president, salami for everyone.
charcuterie boards for everyone.
Yeah. You know what? First law. Charcuterie for brunch every day.
And it has to be that way. If not, you're
Absolutely.
out. You're out with the uggos.
And I would love to say I don't make the rules, I just follow them, but we're president right now, so we do make rules.
Oh, we do. Okay, so my campaign speech on the Lincoln Monument, I would be wearing Lady Gaga's meat dress. But like her original meat dress. So obviously it's like rancid at this point.
It's rancid and rotted. It smells awful. There are flies everywhere.
It's either going to be that, or I'm going to recreate Kim's thing for the Met Gala and wear Marilyn Monroe's dress.
Yeah, let's go ahead and piss everyone off.
Yeah. So I feel like that would just be a movement. Wearing that, but also on the Lincoln Monument, people would be like, oh, he's iconic. Oh, he's coming for it.
Right. They'd be like, okay, we were going to a different premiere, but we made a stop to make a speech, and I liked it.
So mine would start. I also would be like, in front of a mic, and it would obviously give that weird feedback where it's like, then I'll tap it a couple times. My fellow citizens of Slaymerica, we come before... We come before you. We come to you today, not as two individuals, but as one unstoppable force of Delulu confidence, chaos management, and lip gloss resilience. Together, we are running for co-presidents of Hot People, and this campaign is built on 3 key pillars: audacity, hydration, and absolutely zero tolerance for bare minimum behavior.
And to that I say, period.
Mm-hmm. Under our administration, the national anthem will be rewritten. I can't even get through it.
Rewrite.
The national anthem will be rewritten by SZA and played exclusively on aux. Emotional stability will be optional, but slay will be required by law. All public restrooms, okay. All public
restrooms?
All public restrooms must include ring lights and full-length mirrors. 2 days. Hey, can I speak? Tuesdays will be renamed Treat Yourself Tuesdays and include mandatory compliment breaks. We believe in equality. We believe in iced coffee rights. And we believe that everyone should be allowed one dramatic exit per quarter, no questions asked. To our supporters, we see you. We love you. We are you.
We love you. We are you, but better.
To our doubters, blocked. To our exes, you had a chance. We are not just the faces of the movement. We are the group chat, the Finsta, the Notes app, Manifesto. Together we will lead this nation to the land of fully charged crystals, spontaneous dance breaks, and unconditional main character energy. Vote us. Vote for hotness. Vote for never lowering the volume on your personality again. Thank you. And may your confidence always match your outfit. Hotties 2025. 2 leaders, 1 delusion, endless slay.
Wait. That was stunning. I feel moved. I'm gonna vote for us.
Honestly, I'm ready to riot the White House.
Honestly, but here's the thing. You said something about SZA rewriting the national anthem. I'm all for that. For our inauguration, can Trixie Mattel DJ?
Oh, 100%.
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
would have it
Perfect.
no other way.
That's what I'm saying.
And then for our first campaign, what is it, rally? Ariana's gonna perform her Met Gala show from last
Yes.
year.
Yes. And you know what? Because we are paying tribute to Lady Gaga in the
Oh
meat
yeah, yeah,
dress,
yeah.
she will be performing her iconic paparazzi live
Mm-hmm.
performance, and it's gonna be bigger and better than
Mm-hmm.
ever. So it's kind of hard to top the first time, but she
She
can do
gonna
it.
hit that abracadabra, abracadabra.
Exactly. She's gonna eat it up.
It always will. Look.
Always.
Okay, so
I
wait. Go ahead.
wait. No, listen. I was just gonna ask you, like, what are some like laws and policies that are like non-negotiable for you that you would?
People that ghost other people, sentenced to death. Either that or you're gonna be publicly humiliated. You're getting lashes in the town square.
Lashes?
Is that right?
Oh, okay. You're not talking about like eyelashes, like fake eyelashes. You're talking about like whips. Okay. We're gonna hang you up by your toenails in the town square.
You have to get eyelashes.
Well, you said lashes in the town square, and I was like, so we're gonna give these people eyelash extensions? People work hard for those. Why are we giving them out for
For
free?
people that ghost?
Unless we're jabbing them in their eyeballs.
You know what? That could be iconic.
Honestly,
We walk through the city, make them go butt naked, and we do like the Game of Thrones, the ding, shame! Shame!
I think mine. I can't I can't get past this. I feel like I talk about it a lot. It's it's the skinny jeans with flip flops.
Ew. Ew.
It's such a hate.
Hey, you're
crime,
getting 3
and
life sentences.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, straight to jail. Straight to jail. Anyone who is rude to food service workers,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a right to eat anymore.
Hey, starve.
Sorry. Hey, starve.
Eat sand.
And if you don't want to starve, go take care of your own food. Go plant your own garden and raise your own livestock and get attached to them, and then slaughter them and eat them and see how you feel.
Period.
Bitch. Yeah, I don't like it when people are rude to service workers. Like, they left their house to come and serve you. They don't want to deal with your attitude. They want to go home and watch Netflix and put their hard-working little feet up just because you didn't want to fix your own sandwich.
They want to take off their slip-resistant shoes.
Their slip-resistant shoes.
And take off their milkshakes.
They want to remove their Crocs. And they want to not smell like tartar sauce anymore. They want to go take a shower.
Literally, they don't want to smell like spoiled milk anymore.
They don't.
Because you asked for 3 milkshakes for your order.
Well, and like, here's my thing. Here's why I have this thing about it. I have a lot of friends who have worked in the service industry in some way, whether it be with food or with bartending or with both, or prep work and things like that. And I don't think that like people who don't work in the food service industry don't realize that like whenever you're going in somewhere like that, it like they're not your servants. Like, it's not like you own the building. It's not like what you say goes. It's more so hey, this person is taking time to cook and prepare your food for you because you decided to come dine in somewhere because you didn't feel like cooking, which is fine. But what you're not about to do is be rude to them because they're taking care of you and probably like 10 other tables. And they're having to remember everything and keep up with everybody. It's okay if you sit there without a sip to drink for 2 to 3 minutes while they're running to go get another
Exactly.
one. Like, for me to say service was bad, you have to be absolutely terrible and I never see you.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some people where, like, they'll get mad. They'll be like, I asked for ketchup, not mustard, for my french fries. This girl's not getting a tip this time. And it's like, dude,
I
shut
have
up.
a tip.
Because with that tip, you know what but say, I have a tip. Why don't you take that money that you should be giving it to her and wipe your ass with it and eat it?
I have a tip, and it's a gun in your back.
Literally. And to that I say, you have poop in your ass.
You have dookie panties on.
It's stuck in between your ass cheeks.
Hey,
go take a shower.
Stinky.
If you're moved to food service workers, chances are your ass stinks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just saying, you should go to jail. And the worker has the right to spit in your food, in my book.
Oh, 100%.
If you're rude to a food service worker, they have every right to lick your food and spit in it. Like,
or spit in your mouth.
Kinky.
Honestly, if that was a law, I'd be rude to every...
You would immediately just start being rude to, like, all food service workers, and you'd be like, please, please, please.
And they'd walk up and be like, you're ugly, mouth open.
And you'd be like, Mama bird me. Ugh. I can't believe I just said that. That's disgusting. I can't do this. I can't. No.
Okay, so some other laws that I have. Therapy is free.
Love.
Public crying is allowed,
Mm-hmm.
but only if you have a cute outfit on. You can't be walking around with jean shorts and a white t-shirt and some off-brand shoe sitting there in public crying. You have to be dressed to the T crying.
Right. And if you are gonna cry and you don't want to dress up, keep it private.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it private. Don't come outside the house.
Go home. Go home. Sit in a dark room.
Mm-hmm.
Close the curtains. Close the blinds. Close your door.
Right.
And go under your bed and cry.
Yeah. You know what else?
Because, hey, your pillows don't even want to see that.
Right. And you know what else I would do? And I might get hate for this one, but I don't really care. If you're the type of person that cuts the muffler off of their car or their truck to make it sound louder
Mm-hmm.
and make me jump whenever I'm driving near you or I hear you coming down the street, your license is being revoked and you're never allowed to buy a car again. For you, we're going back to the old horse and buggy situation.
No, not even that. You're getting a bus pass. And you have to pay for it. We're not giving that shit to you for free.
Right. And if you don't like that, walk.
Exactly. Walk, hobble even.
Hobble, yeah. Limp. Whatever you gotta do. You can crawl if you want.
I don't care. You're just not driving.
Right. Because we can't trust you to not cut a muffler off your car. And you know, maybe it's just me, but there are some people where they're like, it just sounds so good. To me, it sounds like a bunch of pops happening at one time.
It's so annoying when you're like walking down the street and they like rev up their engine right beside you. Hey, I peed my pants. Thank you. Hey, I'm soaked.
Well, and it's also like, it's kind of, I want to say last episode we talked about how, like, sometimes whenever you get dolled up and someone goes, well, who are you dressing up for? And I'm like, me and other girls. I feel like whenever people do that, they're doing that for them and other people of that community. And I usually support all communities, but that one.
That one I can't get
That one
behind.
I can't get behind because I just don't understand.
I don't understand.
Yeah, so if someone can explain to me the purpose of it, because what I
Yeah,
see,
give us the lore.
give us the lore of that, because what I see is compensation. And if anything, it's driving what you're trying to attract way further away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like, I'm all for a nice truck. I think nice trucks are beautiful. Leave the damn muffler on. If I can
leave it alone.
Leave it alone. If I can hear your truck a mile away before I see it, I'm pissed.
Hey, I'm shooting you.
Hey, I have a gun.
Hey.
But no, I just don't get it.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I just don't get it, and I think it's because, number one, I'm just sassy tonight anyways. Ooh, that reminds me. I've been pretty sassy all week, if I'm honest, okay?
I mean, honestly, as you should be.
Yeah, like, it's been a while since, like, menace tendencies have come out to play. But it's gotten to the point now where even last night, before we went to bed, Tyler looked at me and he said, "Yep, and that's why you're a menace." And I giggled to myself because I am. Thank you for seeing it. So this is what I did, my menace tendencies this week. A break from presidential campaign, because I'm already getting a little stressed, okay? All the policies and laws we have to... You know, Trump taught me all about executive orders and how you can just say something and do it. So that's all of those that we just talked about. Executive orders, set in stone. But the menace thing I did this week is, so I started my new job up in Peachtree City. I just finished out my first week. It was super fun. I loved it. But there's this girl that works there, and she's cute as a button, and you know whenever you meet people and you know that they're just like naturally funny? She's a naturally funny person. And
I love that.
Oh yeah, no, she is a joy to be around. Well, she's leaving to go on this trip. And I don't know how long she's going to be gone or whatever, but there's another girl I work with who was trying to get me into pickleball. She was like, "Come on, like it'll be fun, blah 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 blah." And so that girl walks into the back room where me and the other funny girl are sitting, and I looked at the girl going on the trip, and I was like, "Did you hear about her? Like, she auditioned for the U.S. Olympics pickleball team."
Oh.
And she was like, "Did you really?" And the girl, without skipping a beat, like went along. And she was like, "Yeah, like I'm waiting for a call back. Like I'm really excited, but like I'm a little nervous." And we kept this bit going for a few hours, and like she legitimately believed it. And so I got like a little bit of like my menacing out, but the best part is I didn't realize that she was flying out on Saturday. So she's about to spend the next however long thinking that one of her best friends thinking that one of her best friends from work is preparing for Olympic pickleball. And we're gonna keep this up. Like, if I have my way, I'm getting the whole store in on it. That way, whenever she comes back, like, Tyler was looking up USA pickleball shirts and jerseys the other night that we could get this girl just to keep the bit going. It did something to my soul, because like I like being a menace, but not in a way of like I'm ruining someone's life legitimately, but like if I can cause a little bit of chaos or commotion in light fun, I'm absolutely gonna do it. So I don't know how long this bit is gonna go. I'll keep y'all posted, but I just find it so funny.
I love that.
And like, Tyler, it was to the point that like she was so excited for her that she was hugging her, and she was like, "I'm so excited for you, like I'm so proud, like that's amazing, that's crazy." Like she legitimately believed it.
Mm-mm.
Yo.
That's hilarious.
I love it. So fun. I love being a menace.
As you should.
I love that people
do.
know that I'm a menace.
Hopefully she doesn't listen to the pod.
I don't know if any of them listen to the pod yet. I mean, I hope that they tune in at some point. I have mentioned that I do a podcast, but I don't have any of them on socials yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
so they don't know what it's called.
Oh no, they know it's called the Hotties Podcast. And honestly, they understand. They get it.
I went to a funeral for one of my best friends, stepdads.
No. R.I.P. Sorry for the loss.
It was so sad. But she was campaigning our podcast there.
Shut up.
She said, he has a podcast. I said, oh my god.
Oh my god. In this setting.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I do.
Well, if you're tuning in while you're mourning, we're really sorry for your loss.
We love you.
But welcome in. Sorry about the circumstances that you heard about us under. We're here to make you giggle.
Okay, but when we're presidents, when we're presidents, what would your cabinet of chaos be? Who would be in your cabinet of chaos?
Who? I could pick anyone to be in my cabinet of chaos?
Anyone. Celebrities, fictional people, best friends.
Okay. So my cabinet of chaos. First things up, we have to have Chaperone in there. Because
100%.
I know she might be a little controversial. She has been for the past couple of months, but
sadly,
but I like her. I like her attitude. We need to work on the delivery. You know what I mean?
Ooh, 100%. She would be great as a deliverer of red flags, minister of red flags, even. Right.
Well, here's the thing. I would even hire her as security for that cabinet.
Ooh.
Because she can sniff out a snake. She'd be like, I don't trust them. I'd be like, me either, Lady Chapel. Me either.
You know what? You'd be like, you know what? Yeah, get them out.
Yeah, fire them. So Chaperone is obviously going to be in there. Along with Haley Williams. Because the way that Haley Williams speaks about social justice, I'm obsessed with. I could eat it up. I love it. Prince is gonna be there. I don't really know what his job will be, but
wait, who?
Prince, the artist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he would be.
I thought you said French, and I was like, who's French?
Who's French? No, Prince. I'm trying to think. Drew Afawalo. She'll be in there. Brittany Broski.
Oh, yep.
She'll be in there. Caleb Heron will also be in there. I just feel like all of us, we're all very funny, but we can all get stuff done. You know what I mean? We'll
Trixie
make it work.
and Katya.
Trixie and Katya, obviously. Get them in on the drag. We'll also invite Bob the drag queen. I think that he would turn down the invitation, but he's totally included. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else.
I would put Kiki Palmer.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I would say Lizzo, but I don't think that Lizzo would be down with it.
I would also invite Ari, obviously, but I feel like she would also decline.
Right.
She'd be in her healing era, and she'd be like, I just can't. And I'll be like, hey girl, and I get it. Can you just at least perform?
Well, here's what I want to know. What's getting banned?
Banned?
Yeah, across the country. What are we banning? What is just absolutely not allowed at all? It's automatic exile.
Let me think.
I have mine.
Go ahead.
Pit vipers.
Yeah.
Gone.
Squatted trucks.
Squatted trucks. Out.
Out. Sorry.
Sorry.
Hate it for you.
I hate it for you. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that low to the ground? Nope.
Hey, am I trying to drag my butt on the ground? No.
I'm not, like, am I trying to drive this car like I'm freaking Yoshi from Mario Kart? No.
Exactly.
Got me looking like
Ugh.
Donkey Kong up in that car. I hate that. Driving all frog-legged.
Androids.
Androids.
Like, get out.
So fair, so valid.
Because if I see a green bubble pop up when I text somebody, out. I will say, if I'm talking to somebody and they give me their number and I text them and it is a green one, I'm not responding.
Listen,
I'm not texting them.
The only thing I will say is I have never had a successful relationship of any kind with someone with green text messages. Take that for what it will. Sorry.
And we may get hate for that, but hey.
Hey.
I can't sit there again and be like, my phone's indestructible. Your phone, if you drop it, it's gonna crack and shatter into a million pieces. Hey, I don't care. Mine's cute.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like, people who are like, I don't know how to use iPhones. Okay, I'm gonna say this openly as someone who uses an iPhone. iPhones were made for stupid people.
And hotties.
Literally. And hotties. Like, iPhones were made for people who just want to get to the point. Who just want to do what they're doing. Androids, like, who wants to sacrifice that much for some little programmed background of mustaches or whatever the hell you guys put on the back of your phones?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And if you sit there and you're telling me, oh, I have to go look at it on the Google store, I'm shooting you in the face.
Right.
Like, that's...
Right. Well, okay,
I threw up a little in my mouth.
Anyone who believes everything that people have said about Helen Keller, you're a fool and I don't want you in this country.
We should do a whole episode on Helen Keller.
Oh my gosh, we will. Like, here's the thing.
Tune in next week. That's next week's episode.
Right.
Helen Keller, not a hottie.
Helen Keller, not a hottie. And here's the thing. I think it's so easy for us to take it out on Helen, when the truth is, it really comes down to Helen's parents. Because Helen Keller was a real person. Not denying that.
Yeah.
She just didn't do everything that y'all trying to say that girl did. Because I'm gonna be honest, there's no way.
How'd that girl know how to say water?
What I'm saying, how that girl flew a plane.
They said, when I watched that movie on her, and she said, what? I turned it off. I clicked the off button. I said, I said, ain't no way.
You said,
Ain't no way. And she was going up to people, and she was like, Mom, how do you know? How do you know?
Well, and my thing is, because people like to say this about me, because I really do I do be getting heated about Helen. Because, like, they're like, she's such an inspiration. She's a liar. She lies.
You know who's an inspiration? Anne Frank.
Anne Frank. Give it up for my girl, Anne.
Anna Kendrick Franklin.
She is a true icon. But we can't talk about how great Anne was, because everyone over here is worried about frickin' Helen.
And that name, Helen.
Helen. Emphasis on the hell, because girl, what?
Hell in. Hellion is what it means.
Literally. No. Anyone who chooses Helen Keller over Anne Frank, bye. You're not allowed in this country.
The Diary of Anne Frank in high school. I cried.
Oh, sobbed.
If you have not read The Diary of Anne Frank, 1, jump off a bridge. 2, get out from under the rock that you're buried under. 3, touch some grass. And then
I say,
4, pick it up and read.
well, and you know what? And 5, you're an uncultured swine. Okay?
Exactly. And you're an uggo. You're an uggo till you read it.
Well, and like, okay, on like a serious note, the reason that the story of Anne Frank is so good is because there's so much tangible evidence of everything that happened. And like, I have a friend who does a lot of like missions trips and things,
Mm-hmm.
and one she went on, I want to say she went this past year. It may have been this time last year, maybe a year ago. um but they actually went to Auschwitz, and
Mm-hmm.
she showed me pictures of everything. And if you can't look at that and automatically feel a level of compassion for people who went through these things, not only the survivors but the people who suffered, obviously, and read the Diary of Anne Frank and not have a moment of, wow, I'm so lucky that I was born in this time period that I was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not only that, everyone should reread the Diary of Anne Frank because of everything that's happening right now.
Exactly.
Like, history does repeat itself, and as much as we don't want it to, being
It's most likely
informed,
going to.
huh?
I said it's most likely going to.
Right, like, history repeats itself, and as much as we want to prevent something like that from happening, or prevent that path even being able to be opened back up,
Mm-hmm.
being informed is so freaking important. Even if you have to gaslight yourself to do it based off of conspiracy theories and what ifs. Like,
I love me a conspiracy theory, honestly.
what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh my god. Um. Hmm. There's so many. There are so many.
There are, because like there's
One,
little small ones and then there's big ones.
one that like celebrities. Some celebrities aren't dead. That they just went off the grid and wanted to live a normal life.
I agree with that 100%.
Like the one with Elvis, how there was that older man that had said that I forgot his name, but he was in a nursing home or this retirement home, whatever it was, and he was obviously out of his mind, like not in the right state of mind, and he kept telling people like, "Oh, I was Elvis. I was literally Elvis. I'm Elvis." And no one would believe him. And then when he passed, they looked at his like blood. They took blood samples and DNA samples, this and that, and like it was almost 100% match.
I'm sorry, you cut out at the end. It was 100% what?
Match.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people, because Elvis was born a twin, but his
Mm-hmm.
twin, like, passed away right after he was born or something like that. And so a lot of people have said that, like, Elvis laid down his identity and took up Jesse's. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how he got out.
Exactly.
And I believe it, but I also believe the same about Michael Jackson. I don't think Michael
Oh,
Jackson actually died.
there was
Um,
a picture I seen recently of Michael Jackson, not of Michael Jackson, at Michael Jackson's funeral, where there was a person in the background that was wearing a some sort of hat that looked almost exactly like Michael Jackson did before he died.
yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm talking about, because there was like there was some level of, like, whenever it happened, obviously everyone was really upset. Like, I was really upset. He was one of my first big, like, pop music um artists that, like, I loved.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I like, to the point, I'm not kidding, whenever I was like 6 or 7 for Christmas, I got Michael Jackson's Greatest Hits album, while my older sister above me did in fact get like a new Barbie or a new toy to play with. Like I was getting albums
Mm,
because I've always been a music freak. I've always been a pop culture freak. Um,
period.
but like we were all very upset whenever it happened, but also the coverage of it, even whenever they speculated that it was like a murder of some sort, there
Mm,
wasn't a lot of coverage on it. Like it actually went away really quickly, and I don't think it would have been that quiet if it was real.
exactly. And there was that one, the night or day night whenever he died, they took the vehicle that took supposedly his body, um, to the hospital. There was a person that got out of that vehicle that looked like jumped out of the vehicle that looked exactly like Michael Jackson, but supposedly he was already dead at that point.
Right, and not only that, and like maybe this is terrible of me to say, so maybe I shouldn't say it. I'll say it this way. I feel like the kids would have acted differently.
Oh, 100%. There
I'll
was
say that. I feel like the kids would have had a different pattern of life.
there was that one of his kids, that one daughter, I forgot which one it was, that posted that video that looked like him in the background of the video.
Right.
And I
Like
can't remember who it was.
there are so many little bits like one conspiracy theory that hits really close to home for me, literally. Have you ever heard of the Anglin brothers?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the Anglin brothers are two of the only three people to ever escape from Alcatraz,
Mm-hmm.
which is the prison off the coast of California that's like surrounded by water. It's on an island. Like, it's supposed to be the place you can't escape.
No, 100%.
Um, well, the Anglin brothers are my cousins, which is something that a lot of people from the South say. But like, I have picture proof because like they grew up with my grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
and they were a little bit older than my grandfather, but um, they used to make rafts out of these sticks. I'm like thinking about how I should say this because there's a lot of things out there, but
Mm-hmm.
they learned how to make homemade rafts. I'll say that because I have to be picky about what I say. Um,
Period.
but they were originally arrested for robbing banks with water guns.
Hmm.
Um, and so their crime started off small and then they got bigger and then they finally got so uncontrollable that they were like, put them in Alcatraz. Um, but they, along with one other person, escaped and they went to a different country and they were smuggling um, things across borders even after they got out of Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the conspiracy theories about how they got out was, did they swim? Did they raft? Did they go to another country? Did they die? That kind of stuff. I'm here to confirm they lived. Um, they lived and they would send like postcards and different pieces of mail with like no return address or like different pictures or things like that. So like that's a conspiracy theory that I've seen a lot of people talk about, especially on TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
like how badly I want to comment and be like, that's my family. One of them is dead now, but the other brother's still alive. Ha ha
Exactly.
ha.
We don't know where they
You know, but
are.
right. Well, I mean, like, I want to say some of my family does, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to know, but I'm not 100% sure now because it's been so long. Because like we don't talk about it very much.
Yeah.
Um, but my great aunt Rachel gave the FBI like a picture of them that the brothers had sent to us, just to, like let them know like, hey, they are alive and they're not coming back.
Mm.
Like, um, but no, sometimes I feel like whenever I say like, yeah, the Anglins are my cousins, people are like, oh yeah, that's what everybody says down here.
Oop.
Like, no, really, it's a blood in, blood out homie situation over here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and on my dad's side, I want to say there's been a tie to maybe something, but I don't want to talk about it on the podcast just in case it's true. But I'll tell you after we get off.
Oh, period.
So conspiracy theories are fun. I also like the small ones though. Like I say small ones like the Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory.
Oh, that she was replaced?
Yeah, the real Avril died and now that's why she came back with like blonde hair and like a pop vibe to her.
Mm-hmm. And she's wearing dresses now.
Right. She went from being all tomboy to super girly, and to that I say, y'all really want to talk about how I dressed whenever I was 19 years old? 18, 19 years old?
Mm-hmm.
I don't look the same. I do not have the same personality. But that one's interesting. I'm curious. I'm gonna Google some of the most popular conspiracy theories.
Same.
And read some off to you to see how you feel about them. Let me see.
There was one that I remember while you're looking that up. There was one that I remember that I was watching. What was it? Shane Dawson's thing. Obviously, I mean, who didn't watch Shane Dawson back in the day?
Right.
It was this one girl who went to this hotel with her family, or it was like some friends, and she ended up going missing. And what happened was that they had they had looked for her, obviously, and they were looking over the security cameras, and they see her walking into the kitchen and walking towards the freezer, but there's no cameras that point towards the freezer. But obviously the next day or a couple of days after, they find her body in the freezer.
Hell no.
But the thing that's crazy about it is this girl is a small girl. Like, very small. I mean, she's an adult, obviously. She's like, she was 23, 24, somewhere around in there. But she was small, petite, and the freezer door at that certain hotel was so heavy that they were talking about how she wasn't physically able to open it. And she was, I think, drunk or on some type of narcotics. One of those. So I'm like, obviously, when you're intoxicated or under the influence of something, you're not going to be as strong as you normally are. And
well, usually that's true, but I think it all depends on what kind of substance you're on, because I listen to like a lot of true crime and like read a lot of cases and stuff. And there are some cases where some of the suspects are like the people, you know, being chased or whatever, they have some sort of like drugs in their system where they feel invincible, and some cops have had to like shoot people like 5 times to get them to even get on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, like, not to get like scientific about it, but like you got to think of like all the things that happen to your brain. Like I was telling Tyler earlier today on the phone, you can convince your brain of literally anything. Anything you want. And so I think it all depends, but like in that situation, for someone like I can't do anything if I've been drinking. And I don't really drink heavily unless like I'm out with friends.
Yeah.
And I have a Safeway home. Let me go ahead and plug that. And you have a DD.
Yeah, that's what hotties do.
That's what hotties do.
If you're not, you're a no-go. Sorry, hate it for you.
Right. We don't believe in being dangerous. But like,
unless you're hot doing it.
If you're that small, right? If you're that small and you're under the influence, there are times if I'm under the influence and I'm too tired and I can't like open up a water bottle properly, I get pissed off. So like, people opening up fridges that are like twice your size? Hell no.
Yeah, because she was a small little girl, and that's what always confused me about it, because I was like, that's insane. Because they were saying how some like grown men struggled opening it.
Yeah.
And they were saying that there had to
No.
have been somebody that opened it and, like, coached her into going in there.
And that person should go straight to jail.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what did you
Okay.
find?
Well, some of them are very obvious, so I'll start with some obvious ones. The moon landing was fake.
Oh my god, yes it was. Because how does the flag move?
Right.
In the
How
video.
does the flag? Right, and not only that, but, like, there's no stars in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
There are shadows.
Exactly.
A lot of people claim that the moon landing was staged, like, in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Where all, like, the sand mounds are and stuff, and that I can believe.
Yeah.
We already know the government killed JFK, so that one's no bueno.
Mm-hmm. Also, with the moon landing, it was, like, during that time, if people don't know, during that time, it was a race, almost, between countries of who would be the first country to be able to get to the moon and claim ownership of it. So, as people would say, so I feel like America, we down and dirty. We probably would fake something like that just to claim ownership of something.
Yeah, we absolutely would, and that's what we did.
Okay, what else?
There's no way that the moon landing was real.
Oh, it was not.
Number 4 says Earth has been sucked into a black hole.
I've never heard that, but, like, I have, but I haven't, like, went in depth with that conspiracy theory. And
same. Well, a lot of people, it's the same people that think that, like, the world ended in 2012.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say, because, like, they think that that's what happened. I'm pretty sure that, like, the Earth was sucked into a black hole or, like, transported this other dimension during 2012, because they said, like, some weird stuff has switched and changed, and their life has been, like, altered somehow.
Well, I mean, and I can believe that, and that makes me want to go into, like, the Mandela effect.
Ooh.
And the first example of that is Fruit of the Loom.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of us remember, isn't it called, like, a cornucopia?
Yeah, the cornucopia.
Yeah, a lot of us remember the cornucopia, and Fruit of the Loom swears up and down that there was never a cornucopia on their logo. And I really think that sometimes they're doing this to see just how much of things that we realize.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of fruits, what was it? The Fruit Loops conspiracy theory?
What's the Fruit Loop conspiracy theory?
Oh my god. Okay, so, I remember, I swear to you, it was 2020, or 2019, 2020, 2021, somewhere around in there. I was, like, really into watching Shane Dawson, so he done a lot of these conspiracy theory videos at that time. Or, well, way back then. I was watching all of his at that time. But I remember there was one video where he talked about how Fruit Loops, he remembered Fruit Loops being spelled F-R-O-O-T. And then he said that now it was spelled like fruit, F-R-U-I-T. And then I was like, oh, that is crazy. Like, I remember Fruit Loops being spelled F-R-O-O-T. You look now, and it is spelled F-R-O-O-T.
Yeah, see, that does something to my brain.
And I'm like, there's no way, because I was so taken aback at how it was spelled like actual fruit and not F-R-O-O-T. And now it's spelled like that. I'm like, there's no way that I'm remembering this wrong.
There's no way I'm incorrect.
Hey, I'm not delusional right now. You are.
Exactly.
I may be delusional in
like
a lot
this
of things,
conspiracy.
but not this.
But not this. Okay, I like this one because I've heard a lot that goes behind this one.
Mm-hmm.
So this one says Disney created Frozen as a distraction.
Oh.
People have long discussed the conspiracy that Walt Disney used technology to freeze himself when he died, even though the Disney family refutes the claims. However, the new theory is that the Walt Disney Company created Frozen as a way to hack Google's search algorithm and distract consumers from information about the late Walt Disney's possible Frozen procedure. What's crazy about this, because that's the first time I've ever heard it.
I've heard it before.
But the thing is I've heard with Club 33 at Disney, that sometimes there are meetings at Club 33, and the Disney employees that are in there, like the park ones that work there, they have to sign a paper saying that they won't say anything, they won't show any emotion, they're just there to serve, and they cannot talk about what they've seen. And one person, like, I guess, like, their NDA, like, ran up or something, and they found a way to, like, come up with some information, and they were like, after I saw what I saw, I was fired.
Ooh.
Like, I was told I could not come back, and it had to do with that situation, because the theory is there is this elevator in, I have chill bumps, there's this elevator in Club 33, and it can take you all the way up, it can take you all the way down. I want to say it's in Cinderella's castle, but they're thinking that he is stored in Cinderella's castle, like underneath in Club 33, that it's just Walt's frozen body. And that every now and then they'll bring him out.
I don't like that.
Right.
And that's the one in Florida, isn't it?
Yes.
Or is that the... No, that is the one in Florida. Or is it the one in California?
I want to say it's in Florida.
Because wasn't Florida the one that was first built? Or was California?
But I think Disneyland was first, and then they made Disney World.
Well, Disney World is bigger.
Right.
And it's the one with Cinderella's castle. I don't know if Disneyland... I've never been to Disney, guys, so don't judge me.
Yeah, no, I've been to both, but I went to Disneyland whenever I was like 8 or 9. Like I was Oliver's age, and the only thing I really remember about Disneyland is the big ride that had the Mickey ears. But it's because it was like one of the only roller coasters they had. Disney World is a lot bigger, and it has Cinderella's castle there, which honestly, Cinderella's castle could be at both. I need to do more research on that.
Cinderella's castle apparently is also a hotel.
I have heard that, which I've also seen videos of people accidentally making it into like the back rooms and exclusive rooms of Disney, and people there getting like very uncomfortable because it's pretty much empty. And there's a lot of different rooms. Like I love Disney, but there is something up
eerie for sure
with the parks, which I mean, even though I love theme parks, there's something eerie about theme parks anyways, especially if they're shut down for the night. Hell no. You want to see me have a panic attack? Put me there.
Exactly. That's like, I mean, it's not really a conspiracy theory because it's been confirmed multiple times by one employees, two like just video evidence. But there's, what is it? The underground city basically that's under Disney. Because Walt Disney, when he built it, if you don't know, get out of the rock that you're under. He basically built this city for employees underneath Walt Disney because he didn't want them going out into the park in costume, like on break, or, you know, traveling, like if Cinderella's in Magic Kingdom, or and then she has to get to whatever it's called. I've never been, so, or she has to go to, like, basically on other ends of the parks. They don't want her to, you know, have to get stopped by people that are like, hey, how are you? No. So underneath are like these subway, like, you know, golf carts going back and forth, this and that, moving them around as quick as possible.
Oh, yeah.
There's restaurants under there apparently, break rooms, this and that. And I'm like clinics for them, so if they get hurt, this and that. I'm like, that's insane to have thought of that, but so smart also.
Oh yeah, no, because I mean, like, well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense for them to have a way to get through the park, but some people say that that's also a part of Club 33. Is like whenever they go into these buildings, that's how they have access to get to all these different places they need to be.
What is that one? There's like that secret restaurant that you have to be
Oh yeah, there's like
invited to.
yeah, it's like a secret. That's Club 33.
That's Club 33?
It's like a secret. Yeah, there are secret, like, fine dining restaurants with your own private staff. Like, yeah, it's pretty much just like Club 33 is a club for Disney fanatics and celebrities to put, like, I want to say, once you're finally accepted,
And it takes years, apparently.
a yearly. It does. It takes a long time.
Like, there are
Here,
people, what I've heard on the list for 10 plus years, which is insane.
Yeah, so Club 33 member, I remembered correctly. It's a $25,000 to $100,000 initiation fee.
Golly.
So that's just the fee to join.
Mm-hmm.
And then every year after that, if you're there's like different levels. I think the highest level you pay like $55,000, mid-level you pay $50,000, and then lower level of Club 33 is $45,000.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you get to use all these secret doors. You get let me see. It's more than a decade to receive an invitation on the Club 33.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And that's just like Cinderella's castle. Staying the night in Cinderella's castle, there's a huge wait list for that.
Yeah. Like, honestly, let's just talk about the fact that the park that's the most affordable to stay in, like if you want to stay in a resort in Disney World, it's Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And you have like all the wildlife like right outside your back balcony. I'm gonna say this: if your cheapest option is to stay in a hotel this nice, where you have beautiful animals from different parts of the world back there,
Mm-hmm.
what more are you paying
Exactly.
for at all these other resorts? Like, what do they have that tops that?
Exactly.
And I'm not counting Disney Springs, because a lot of people like Disney Springs is actually pretty affordable. But like, if you're wanting to stay in a resort like that at Disney World,
Mm-hmm.
honey, you better be ready to part with all your good organs to afford
Mm-hmm.
it. It's crazy. In this economy.
Yeah, no. I feel like we need to go in
No.
depth with conspiracy theories in a later episode.
Well, next week, that's what we'll do. We'll do, because the stuff with Helen Keller also counts kind of as a conspiracy theory, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So next week will be all conspiracy theories.
Exactly. And then the week after that, I had said something before that we would do. Done forgot.
I'm sure it'll come back up.
We'll
probably remember in like 15
when
minutes.
I re-listen to it, I'll remember. But then after that
Right,
will be
and then-
that one.
Yes. We have a lot of good things coming up. I'm excited.
We're talking about personal. We're talking about possible merch.
Possible merch coming soon.
If you're interested, comment below. So we know for sure if merch is something we should do, because we're not about to waste our time nor Minty.
Right. But listen, we would love to see y'all hotties repping us.
We need it, honestly.
We do.
All right, hotties, I think this will do it for this episode.
We sure do love y'all. And don't forget to vote hot.
Yeah, 2030, when I'm finally 30, see me on that ballot.
That's right. Right. And you know what? You'll be 30 and I'll be a good
30.
35.
A good 30.
You know what? Whenever we run for this campaign, I'm going to have my walker out.
You know what? And hell yeah.
It'll be bedazzled. Don't worry about it.
Look at the presidents we got now.
Right. It would still be an upgrade.
Exactly.
I said what I said.
All right. Bye, y'all.